Today on the channel from AEW Unmatched Series 3, we've got the leader of the Dark Order. We've got Mr. Brodie Lee. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW unboxing and review. And today, AEW Unmatched Series 3 begins with Mr. Brodie Lee, the leader of the Dark Order, as part of the Dark Order wave we're going to call Unmatched Series 3. And Mr. Brodie Lee, no stranger to action figures. Of course, we'll compare it to some of his Mattels later on in the video, but no stranger as he's had Mattel Elites, but this is his first AEW Jazzwares figure that we have received. This probably won't be his last either. I gotta think we're gonna get a suited version of Brodie Lee one of these days, and maybe some other ones, so stay tuned for that down the road. And as I said, this is the Dark Order wave. He was the leader of the Dark Order. I think that is very cool. As you guys know, I love to get all my factions together in one wave, tag teams together. I just think that works best. Don't dangle that carrot and then something not happen. And we got more Dark Order figures to get outside of this wave as well, and I do think we will get all of those. But as we unfortunately do know, Mr. Brodie Lee did die just a little over a year ago. Is very unfortunate. Came way early. Took a lot of people. It took everybody by surprise. It was a big shock that he did pass away. Very sad time for the wrestling community, wrestling fans out there. I would say a lot of heartfelt emotions out there from wrestling fans saying how much they loved him. And I always say when people die like this, it's always a gut punch. Be it wrestlers, musicians, family members, whoever it may be. But you got to let them know that you love them or you like them or you love their work, whatever, when they're here. Because I bet you Brodie Lee would be bowled over with the amount of support and the outpouring everybody gave him after he died. But man, we got to celebrate these people when they are living. So that's one thing I'll leave you with in this video today is, your fandom of people or whoever it may be, like I ran down that list, make sure you tell them while they're still here. Wear that on your sleeve every single day. Don't just be a closet Brodie Lee fan or whoever and don't say anything and then say it after he dies. Let him know on Twitter. Send him a message. Hey, I love your works. Do that kind of stuff because you never know when this could be Kyle's last video. This could be your last day on Earth. This could be whatever. Get hit by a bus tomorrow. You just never know. So tell those people, the way you feel and let it be known to everybody that you are a Brodie Lee fan. You are an Ultimate Warrior fan. You are an Iron Maiden fan. Motorhead. The list goes on and on. Just let them be known. And I always try to live that rule in my life every day, and I think it's a good example to set. So there you go, off my soapbox here, but it is unfortunate, obviously, but at least we're getting this figure represented in figure form here. Obviously, this is going to be a huge seller. This is going to be a popular seller. Everybody's going to want this one because they want the leader of the Dark Order, because of his popularity has really risen in the last 2 years, 2.5 years. But man, a cool character. My first introduction to him was back in the WWE. I'd heard the name, but never really saw any of his work until the WWE, and I loved it from the get-go. I would never say he was my favorite wrestler of all time, anything like that, but definitely love a big man. Reminded me a lot of Bruiser Brodie, of course, as there's always a connection there in kind of the looks department. So I was all in for him in the Wyatt family. I was really hoping he would do more in the WWE. It just didn't happen, but he really did shoot up to fame when he came to AEW, and so a lot of interesting moments in his short AEW run. But of course, this is about the figure, this is about the review, and we're going to do it like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So let's look at the packaging here. And I got to say, unpopular opinion, or maybe it's a popular one. You tell me in the comments. I actually prefer the unmatched packaging over the unrivaled. Yes, I said it. I said it. But the silver and black attack, I think, looks tremendous on the shelf, tremendous in your collection. The unrivaled looks good too, but I think the unmatched I do prefer. But you guys tell me in the comments what you think about that. Brodie Lee coming with a lot of accessories. He's got the papers. We know about the papers. If you watch Being the Elite and the Young Bucks YouTube channel, there's always those skits with the Dark Order back in the day. I gotta be honest, I don't watch a lot of that, but I've seen them. I've seen a lot of the recap videos where they do it, but very entertaining with the papers with Brodie Lee, of course, in the Dark Order. But we get 2 sets of papers, which is pretty cool. Get the TNT TV title with this one as well. That is a nice bonus. Beautiful glamour shot of him down there in the suit. That's why I say I do think we will get him in the suit in future lines. They're going to make everybody. It just takes some time. Kind of like us on the channel. We're going to review everything. It just takes time. But you got the AEW All Elite Wrestling logo up top. Nice shiny silver. The blue background is also very underrated in this packaging. That blue really makes everything pop, if you ask me. It looks on the side, as we know, all the figures lined up, they will spell something. It looks like they're spelling out Exalted. Now, we do know Darby Allin was supposed to be the LJN figure in this one. Apparently, Jazzwares was not happy with the figure. They canceled it. It's going to come out at a later date. But so we're going to get Exalted eventually, which is fitting for the Dark Order set, Dark Order wave. One thing we got new here with the packaging, of course, is the Upper Deck logo, as we do have Upper Deck cards in these packs. So that is an interesting dynamic with these. As you guys know, action figures are hot, cards are hot. Now you're bringing the worlds together. So one thing I will tell you guys, play a little of that long game, because there's going to be a lot of card collectors buying this figure. Open it up, getting the packs out, and guess what? Selling the figure loose on eBay, Mercari, Facebook groups, whatever. Or maybe you can find a friend out there and say, hey, you collect cards, I collect figures. Let's split the cost of the figure. I'll take the figure, you take the cards, something like that. So there's going to be a lot of interest with two different collecting groups merging into one here. I don't know if we'll see a lot of people stealing the packs out of the package. Maybe. These are a little harder to open, of course, than your traditional elites. But very interesting collector's dynamic here, getting more eyes on the product. It is a business, putting the old business hat on. I think it's a fabulous idea. I am not a card guy. I guess what we're going to probably do here is, here's what I'm thinking about doing. We're going to have a pack of cards. I believe there's 3 cards in every pack with each figure. I'm going to take all the packs. We're going to do a separate video. We're just going to talk cards, old school. It's going to be like Kyle from like 1986 to 1992. I'm going to dust off my old card knowledge, and we're going to get after it, and we're going to unbox some cards here on the channel. We'll do that in a separate video, so stay tuned for that one. So there it is, a lot going on there. On the side, he is number 17, of course. Got the AEW logo on that side. And then in the back, we got the cross-sell. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. We're going to unbox every single one of these, and we'll do a video at the end of the week where we rank them all together from my least favorite to my favorite, so you won't want to miss that. Got Mr. Brodie Lee up there looking only like he can look. And I think, yep, that is true, from 8/22/2020, Jacksonville, Florida. Now, interesting thing, we know we usually have autographs on the back of the packaging. Not on this one. Obviously, with him being deceased, he did not sign and do any of that. They probably could have went back and grabbed one, but I think it's kind of a tribute to say, hey, he's no longer here. We're not going to put the autograph in there. So that is something different. That's something different that we haven't gotten with these figures in the past. But Mr. Brodie Lee, right there. So, all right, without further ado, let's get him out of the package, see what all the fuss is about. And let me tell you guys, there is definitely fuss for this one. A lot of people want Brodie Lee for their collection. Now, we got to be a little bit more careful unboxing these now, I guess, because of the pack of cards in there. And it's making rookie mistakes. This is a rookie unboxing is what this is because of that. But I don't want to hurt the cards. There it is. So they got their own little plastic bubble holding them in place, keeping them in mint as mint can be. So I'm going to stick this off to the side right here, and we're going to see where it goes later on this week when we unbox the cards, or unpack the cards, whatever you want to call it. But there's your typical packaging. See you later. Get out of here. Now it's time for Brodie Lee in the plastic prison, and he's given the old Dark Order symbol right here, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he ever threw up the signal, did he? I think everybody else threw the signal up to him, but I don't think he ever threw it up. And I could be wrong on that, so that is a little different, a little strange. But it's all right. He was the leader, might as well represent. But there he is in the plastic prison. Got the papers, got the belt, got a lot going on here. This figure was awfully done with a lot of love, of course, in tribute. And like I said, this is a must-have figure for a lot of people out there. Get it out, plastic prison. See you later. There it goes. All right. Let's start it off here. Let's start with these papers first. Very interesting. You got to get the most out of your molds. We're going to see these again, I guarantee it. When we get the suited Brodie Lee figure, he'll probably have these same accessories. But you got the rolled up newspaper, something like back in the day when, you know, old people, like older than my parents, we're talking grandparents and above, you know, they used to roll their paper up and they would hit their dogs with it and stuff like that. Old-timey stuff. We don't do that anymore because we all love our dogs, right? But it's a rolled up piece of paper, and he would use this. Like I said, if you saw Being the Elite, he would always smack guys over the head. He would throw the papers. It's all about the papers at the end of the day, and we know how that goes. It's interesting with technology. The paper is probably going away, but very cool nonetheless. Nice stack of papers here. Very funny. It's got the UK and CA, CE logo on the back, so a little interesting, but little trademarks. And even some sculpt in these papers, which is pretty cool. And like I said, I think we will see these again in the future. Speaking of newspaper, not the only figure to come with newspaper lately. Old J. Jonah Jameson from the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Wave, he came with the papers. And let's see, how do they look? Basically the same. Pretty close similarities here. Now I got to give the nod to the Daily Bugle here because I would have liked to have seen some ink or some paper writing or something on these papers. I think that would have brought them to the old next level, but it is paper at the end of the day. It's not a deal breaker. You know what it is, but it would have been cool to see some writing on there. Just a little bit more detail on the papers, but still a very cool accessory if you know the character. Nice attention to detail. Then you get down to the brass tacks here. Let's get this title belt off. A big title belt, big AEW TV title belt. This was his belt, of course. He won from Cody Rhodes. I believe that was in the dog collar match, right? I believe that's where he won that. But nice, beautiful title, TNT champion. The red really pops against the gold, the plates, everything else. Really good title belt. I gotta say, in this day and age, I'd like to see a change on the belts. These belts are so hard to get on people. I just always struggle getting them all connected, especially on the Mattel ones, but the Jazzware ones too. We need some new belt technology, but a very beautiful belt here. Very fitting. It comes with him. It makes sense. So they got that going on. Now let's get down to the figure. And I got to tell you guys, it's so weird. What is the difference between Unmatched and Unrivaled? Let's just talk about it a little bit. Unmatched, of course, is the second series, but they're made by Jazzwares. They're both made the same. Supposedly, the only difference was the packaging. And we know they're to get two different lines on the pegs, so there's always AEW figures on the pegs. I get the whole business thing. But why is the production quality on the Unmatched to Unrivaled? They should be the same thing. Are they being made in separate different factories? I don't know that answer. Are they in different factories? What is going on? I believe they have different designers for the Unmatched and Unrivaled, but why are we getting super strong elbows with the Unmatched? Like the last Unmatched, that was the first one, the Sting set. I felt like the Unmatched elbows were amazing. They were very tight. It was very crisp, very nice. This is what I wanted from Jazzwares. But then we go back to Unrivaled. We just recently unboxed the latest Unrivaled set on the channel, and we're back to the crazy breakable elbows. I don't understand the consistency between the two. I don't know if there's something I'm missing, if it's different factories, different designers. I'm not sure. But this Unmatched figure, Unmatched Series 3, Mr. Brodie Lee, feels tremendous. It feels tight. It feels stocky. It feels sturdy, where we've got figures that just feel like they're ready to fall apart on you, especially at the elbows before. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that, but I wanted to point that out as the elbows feel extremely strong on this one, and that's what all I've been wanting. I've been wanting that. I've also wanted fist, but who's counting? No fist with Brodie Lee here, but you might be able to match a skin tone. Again, what am I saying? There's not a lot of fist in the line so far. But he does not come with them. He has 3 accessories. I guess they said we can't give him a hand. So that is unfortunate, of course. Looks like a great figure. It looks like Brodie Lee. I love the black, the gray, the Dark Order, all-seeing eye going on there. The different Roman numerals on the side. Mr. Brodie Lee down the side. Black, white, gray. Very difficult to get colors to match in those. There's always a lot of paint splash and stuff like that. This looks pretty good. Very good. No bleeding of the letters, any of that kind of stuff. You got Dark Order on the back, looks tremendous. Just a very, very solid, sturdy feeling figure, and I am happy to report that. Articulation-wise, double-jointed elbows, double-jointed knees, a little bit of action in the feet, but not much. With these kind of long pants, they do block some of the articulation there. Thigh swivel, bicep swivel, diaphragm, then waist as well. Good movements out of him. The head, of course. And then the hands probably removable, and the wrist moves all around. Like we know, arms move around as well. He does seem to have a little bit smaller arms. He could have been a tad bigger, but beggars can't be choosers. It does still look good. He does have his black wife beater on. He does have chest hair painted on as well. Hopefully we see some more of that. We did miss out on that with Trent in the last series of Unrivaled. But hopefully, you know, they keep constant learning, constant improvement, as we always say here on the channel. And then you get to the head sculpt, and you know all day long this is Brodie Lee. This is exactly who it is. When you see this, you know for a fact. The big bushy beard looked great. Barely, it's like he doesn't even have a mouth half the time when you see him because it's got such thick hair going on. And then, of course, the eyebrows. So much expression in his eyebrows when he talked and performed. And then he's got his hair back in a little man bun going on there. No bald spot. Like we saw Mattel give him the kind of bald spot. It was thinning a little bit. I can't remember if he got that fixed, maybe some surgery, or if he sprayed some stuff in there, but he definitely does not have it on this figure. for sure. But man, is this a solid figure, a work of art here. I understand why this would be popular. I should note he is going to have the Chase Rare Edition, one of them, Anna J being the other one in this series. So there's going to be a lot of people looking for that one as well. So he does have 2 figures in this set. Technically, not a lot of people will be opening that figure, as you guys know. I'm just going to check, does he fit on a ringside stand? I'm guessing the answer is no, and the answer is still no. I thought maybe we'd get lucky and something might change or something, but he's definitely ready to join the Dark Order, and we do have his Mattel versions, one of his early Wyatt family figures here. And then, honestly, this is a tremendous figure, but I think you put me on the spot here. This is probably my favorite Brodie Lee figure of all time. I am a sucker for tag teams in the great line of the LOD, the Road Warriors, Powers of Pain, big brooding teams. There was nothing better than the Bludgeon Brothers at the time. Rowan and Harper looking amazing as a tag team. You know, we got the AOP tag team set. That was a really good one. The Viking Raiders, of course. We've had some really good tag team sets from Mattel, and the Bludgeon Brothers was a fabulous one. And this one with the accessories, the big coat, the big brooding figure. Love this one a lot, but this Brodie Lee is pretty good as well. I'm going to put, these two are pretty close. I don't know. It's too close for comfort is what it is. But as far as Jazzwares figures go, comparing just Jazzwares, I put this one right up there with Luchasaurus. This is a pretty solid figure. I love the Luchasaurus figure. You guys know me. He doesn't have mask. He doesn't have face paint. But just the overall aesthetics of this one. And then they just killed it on the head sculpt. Not many better head sculpts out there from either line these days. As this Brodie Lee looks absolutely phenomenal. I like it a lot. And it does look a little bit... it's just good. Yeah, it's definitely a better head sculpt than the Mattel. So it does beat the Mattel one out there. But, you know, this is a few years old at this point. But fabulous. Absolutely fabulous head sculpt. Fabulous figure all around. A definite must-have. Do not sleep on this figure. It has not hit retail yet. It will, so stay tuned. Obviously, it'll be at your Walmart, your Target stores, but you got to pick this one up. This is going to be one that's worthwhile. It means a lot. First time in the line. Just a lot to like about this. I think this is truly one of the must-have figures of 2022 from the Jazzwares line that we've received so far. Many more to come, I hope, but don't sleep on this Brodie Lee figure, and I know you won't because you're into the game like I am. We love our action figures, and this is a tremendous one. But you in the comments, let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think about this Brodie Lee figure? You picked it up yet? Are you still waiting? Let me know. Definitely a slam dunk figure. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And then, of course, like this video. You made it this far. Give it the old thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. And, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for Mr. Brodie Lee and the Dark Order, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.